Okay, so this isn't coming.
Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer Stay. This is Coloring Bliss and I am coloring live with you for the first time in months. Maybe over a year.
Yeah,
It's
been a long
been
time.
since we've colored. If you're watching this later as a recorded YouTube video, I'm going to tell you really quick what we are doing. First, I want to tell you about our giveaway that we have going on. We're giving away to 4 different winners, and the giveaway ends March 20th, so you need to go over to coloringbliss.com/giveaway. And there's lots of different ways to enter. The prizes are 3 sets of pastel Ohuhu markers. So 3 of you will win the Ohuhu markers. And then 1 grand prize where we're going to give away the 320 marker set of Honolulu markers. Oh, we've got Debbie's here and Ordinary Knitter is here. Hello! I'm glad you guys are showing up. So for this video today, now that we've talked about the giveaway, this video today I am working in my Johanna Basford's Small Victories book. And I am just working with the Ohuhu alcohol markers in here, so I thought I would show you how it's coming out. I really like how the background turned out, and I have finished coloring all the leaves, and I colored one little house already, and I was just about to move on to the next house and thought, hey, maybe I should go live and let you guys enjoy watching me color. And we can visit a little bit over with the chat as I'm coloring. So let's talk about how you use alcohol markers inside a book like this, because there are 2 sides to each of these pages in this book. That's one problem. The other problem is the details are so small it can be really daunting and difficult with alcohol markers. But luckily these Ohuhu markers, the Honolulu line, have a really beautiful tiny little brush nib that we can get into the details with that. I need to get this back where it belongs. 195. Okay. All right, so it looks like we've got a few other people here. Laura's here, Missy, Lawrence, Anne, and Dawn. Hello, everyone. I haven't been live in weeks, or months. I think it's actually been close to a year since I've been live, so it's kind of fun. I'm excited to visit with you while I color, and hopefully you can hear me good and see everything good. Another thing I do when I'm working in a coloring book like this one is I keep a log of all the colors that I am using on the certain page. So if I want to use the same color scheme over here on this page, I can, and I'll be able to refer back to which ones I used and not get confused. Looks like Debbie's here. I'm already lost track of who I've said hi to. Talia's here, Cameron's here. Hello everybody. Okay, so what did I do to get around the fact that the back side gets ruined? You can see this is my orange house that I just colored, and it totally ruins the back side of the page. So there's a couple things that you can do. You can photocopy the pages and print them out onto some marker paper or whatever kind of paper you want to work on, and then you won't lose that illustration. But I just went and bought a second copy. These books were only, I want to say, around $15 when I purchased them, and it just seemed like so much less work to just buy a second copy. So you can see in here, there's the houses I'm working on right now, and I have already colored the fish on the other side, which I think turned out really cute. Look at the shiny gel pen on there. Let's see if I can catch it there. Look how cute this shiny gel pen is. So cute. Cameron says you can hear me, so that's good. Missy's coloring too. Oh, we can color together. And Kat says, how did you do the background? It looks like puffy clouds. Let me show you what I did. I had 2 markers. Let me see which ones they were. This is in the Honolulu line, so it's G320, this one, and B220, these two markers right here. And I used the chisel nib, and all I did was, and I kind of practiced over here first to see if I liked the effect, and you use the chisel nib and you kind of just do tiny little loose circles with some little white gaps. And then you come in, and I keep the caps off of both. And then I came in and I did green and sort of overlapped into those little white spots and tried to make really organic shapes like that. And then came in with the blue and did the same thing. And I just kept going, and I went right up to the edge of the page. And if I didn't like the shape I made, I just would come in and add more. It's not very complicated. Just kind of fun and swishy. And I really like how it turned out. Very soft in the background. Ordinary Knitter says, love the fish. Thank you. And Laura's coloring in this book too at the moment. Which page are you working on? There's so many cute pages in this book. I've just decided to start at the beginning and start moving through. I also put a piece of easily to remove tape down here to protect this page because I knew I was going to be working right up next to the page. Let me turn my on to do not disturb so we don't get bugged here. There. Okay, so I have a question. I need you guys to help me. Let me show you the color scheme I've picked. Let's see. This is in the Ohuhu Honolulu alcohol marker tritone workbook that we sell here at Coloring Bliss. You can either get it digital or you can get it printed like my version here. And I have it all colored up now. We have an upcoming video where I'm going to show you how to fill out a book like this. But now we get to just enjoy it. And I've got a little tag here that's marked the color scheme I picked. And I'm really into red-orange lately. There's another coloring page I colored and filmed that red-orange was the main or mother color. Just there's something warm, and maybe it's because we're stuck in winter and I'm looking for warmth, and the red orange gives it to me. So what I ended up picking, because I felt like the background was sort of blue violet feeling, I found this little color scheme right here, the double split complementary 2, and I get to use the 3 warm colors, which my plan is to do the houses in the warm colors so that the houses will feel like they're moving forward towards the viewer. And then I did the background and the leaves all in cool colors, so the violet and the blue-green type colors all in the background to help it move back. And I'm trying to decide. I really like how this little house turned out, and it went really fast. Should I continue with my idea to use orange and yellow orange? I was thinking like a orange and red orange house, a yellow and red orange house, and then maybe another all red orange house was kind of what I was playing around with, using red orange as much as possible and then mixing in a little bit of the orange and the yellow. What do you think? Or should I just stick with red orange on every house? It will be a little boring, I think. But I don't know. Sometimes having a more simple color scheme is really pleasing to look at. Let's see. What kind of gel pens did I use on the shiny fish? I'm looking back here. It looks like they're the Pentel Sparkle Pop and Pentel Crazy Pop. I think that's what the fish used. So those are awesome. If you want some really good gel pens that have really good shine, the Pentel Sparkle Pop and Pentel Crazy Pop are worth every penny. Someone says, I just adore you. Oh, thank you. To a view is a view. Change it up, Nancy says. Okay, I kind of agree with you, Nancy. I'm worried it's going to get really boring if I just stick with the red orange on every house. And I'm kind of toying with the idea of coming in with some of my Prismacolor pencils to add a little bit of shading on different parts of the house, just to give a little more depth to each of the illustrations. So you know that's kind of what I'm planning on doing. And I think I'm going to use the blue that I used back here, that really soft blue, in the windows. I don't know. Or I could use a really soft yellow, since yellow is one of our colors in the color scheme, yellow-orange. Okay, so since we're going to mix it up, let's use yellow-orange and my red-orange colors here. So I'm going to grab my 3 markers that the book tells me to grab for yellow-orange. There they are. These are the 3 yellow-orange markers. And I'll pull out my red-orange markers. I just need to keep those out because we're going to be using them on each house. Okay, slide this back and out of the way now that you know about my color scheme. I'm trying to think what other things I need to say up front in this video in case you're watching this after I went live. And I think I've said the main things. We've got a giveaway going on, and we have upcoming videos with lots of Ohuhu alcohol marker goodness coming up. So make sure you have subscribed. Let's see. Oh, Steve popped in. Hello. I think that's my Steve Stay. And Rose is here. She's just asleep. She's right that direction, sound asleep on her pillow, like normal. Okay, let's do, instead of the darkest red-orange on these roofs, let's use the darkest yellow-orange that we have here. And we'll do the rooftops a nice dark color again. I like how that turned out. So I used, for the background, I used the chisel nib, but for all these little details in the illustration, I'm using the brush nib. That'll work. It works way better for tiny little details and controlling the amount of ink. One thing I've noticed about Joanna Basford's paper when it comes to alcohol markers is that it feathers and bleeds a little bit, which means when I draw a stroke of ink and I think I'm inside the lines, it starts to feather out outside of the lines. And that can be really frustrating, but I've decided to just embrace it. I mean, you can't hardly tell unless you're getting really picky. Like if you look back at some of these, you can't tell that that feathering has been going on. So look how cute my trucks turned out. I love my trucks. This is one that I did just a small color palette as well, just red and blue green on this one. It turned out so cute. Quite happy with that one. Okay, so we'll fill in all the roofs. There we go. So if you're really concerned about your alcohol markers feathering out outside of the illustration lines, then you need to sort of plan for that as you're working. Okay, I like that color. I like the different color. I'm glad we're switching things up. It's good. Let's use a little bit of this is, oh, I haven't been writing down my colors. Let's see, I just used this one. And now I'm going to use this one. And this is YR1 and Y2. Hi Dawn, hi Deidre. How's the weather in your neck of the woods, everybody who's watching? We've got a storm trying to come in here to northern Utah. So it's actually kind of nice and warm out there today, but I think we've got snow coming tomorrow. A little spot there. One thing I'm grateful for is Rose has gotten used to the clicking sound of the caps coming on and off. She hardly flinches anymore when I do that sound. Cute. Okay, I think I'll do this warm yellow orange color here, and then we need to bring in some of that red orange since it's my mother color. Get that represented sooner than later. There we go. Can you hear Rose snoring? She's so cute. I love this color, this yellow orange. It's so yummy. Very honey-like. Let's do the three chimneys in this nice, what's the name of it? Sunflower. I would have named it honey. Sounds like there's snow for Dawn. Missy says her dog used to flinch every time she sharpened a pencil. Yeah, Rose was like that too until we got a better pencil sharpener that I guess it's a different frequency sound it makes, and it doesn't bug her as much. It's the X-Acto School Pro. That one's been working good. Dawn's got snow. Chris says live again. Yeah, we haven't actually filmed live in, I would guess it's been about a year, maybe. I don't know. I should have looked that up before I dove in here. But I think it's been about a year. This is the marker I think we should use in the windows. A nice warm yellow color. Let's just do it. Let's make the decision. Not fuss over it. And then we can add some details to the windows if we want with the Prismacolors. And then same here. Same yellow in the windows. Okay. Pixie Dust says, hi everyone, you're in Nevada having tons of rain and snow. Ah, the rain is coming our way. Pebbles St. Leonard's is here. Hello. And she's got sleet there. And Nancy's wondering what markers I'm using. Yep, these are my Ohuhu markers. Like I said, in the next few weeks on our Wednesday regular videos, we're going to be talking a lot about how I got these organized, why they have a number on them. We're going to talk about all that kind of thing. Amber is from the Czech Republic. Hello, it's nearly midnight there. Yeah, you need to go to bed. Okay, so I used that color for the windows, Y121. There we go. Okay, now we need to bring some red orange in over here. We can either do it with the light or the middle or the dark tone. The dark tone might be interesting around the windows. Let's give it a try. Yeah, I like that. Ooh, shaky hand. Concentrating. Okay. See if I can zoom down for you so you can see a little better. There we go. Sig girl in Oklahoma. Yesterday the high was 47 and raining, and now you've got 67. Wow. Can't wait to get my Ohuhu tritone book. Oh, I'm excited that you're getting one. I had so much fun filling out my Ohuhu book. It's a chore to fill those books out because of all the little tiny color schemes. All these little squares have to be colored in. But it went so fast because I used alcohol markers. And like I said, we've got an upcoming video where I explain how I filled it out, so you can look forward to that. Okay. Do a few more little details with this red-orange, dark red-orange color. What else can I do with it? That's probably good. Now it feels like it's in the same world as that one. Love the brown window frames, Pebble says. Thank you. Yeah, I think that worked good. And maybe we need to bring in the pale peach color. It's called pastel peach. We could put it in over here. Maybe. And then have it sort of balanced over here. Keep the house balanced. Do you have neighborhoods in your area where the builders come in and build everything with the same color scheme? We have that all over here in Utah. Okay, I like that. Maybe we should do that mid-tone yellow again. Maybe, yeah. I think that orange would be a little too bright. The main red-orange color. Makes me want to do a little bit of the shading with the markers here on this house, but we'll save that for when we have... Wait, this goes over here. We'll save that for when we bring out the Prismacolors. Okay, let's do a nice dark door. Like that. And then I need to decide, I'm really liking this dark brown there. Ooh, that's nice. Same here, it'll pop better. And right here. Yeah, that's better. And then the blinds on the window. We could do orange blinds on the window. Do I dare? I don't know if I dare. Let's just do the whole door. That brown color. And let's bring in that golden color. This one is called dark yellow. And do the blinds dark yellow, because I'm not brave enough to do that red-orange color. And let's go ahead and do this trim here on our mat. Okay. All the color decisions have been made. Whoops, I missed a couple things. 1, 2, there. Okay, that's good. And then, like I said, we can add shading with the Prismacolors, or we could do it with grays. So many options. All right, this house, let's bring in the orange colors that the the color scheme we picked suggested. Okay, why? I think it's this trio right here is our orange trio. I'll keep it over here. All right. Steve, oh, we have Sam from England. Hello. I grew up in a mustard yellow house with brown shutters, Chris says. Cool. We've got Desi from Germany. Chris likes the background. Steve likes the colors. Pixie had a kitchen with avocado fridge. So did I. Yep, all those colors from our youth, huh? Such a cute coloring book. Thank you, Planning with John. And hi, Dan. Okay, let's move on to the orange house. We're going to make this our orange house, but we still want to work some of the red orange in. And then maybe we should try putting all three colors into this house. Okay, which house would hold three colors better? This house has more rooftops and things. I'm thinking we save that house for the crazy house. We'll see. Okay, next color we're going to use YR170 Chrome Orange. Oh, actually, before we do that, let's use the darkest orange color, which is Leather, E260. And we'll do some of the rooftops. Ooh, each of the rooftop has a little design along the ridge pole that we could do. Okay, I like that. I almost feel like we need to put that color I just used on this house to make this house more cohesive with what I'm about to do. Let's do it. Don't think too hard about these things. Just dive in and do it, right? I want it to feel cohesive, like all three houses belong in the same neighborhood. I like that. Okay. Back to work. They all belong in the same neighborhood and they got built by the same builder who used the same plants on the landscaping. This little roof. If you could live in any one of these four houses, which house would you live in? Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4? Which house appeals to you more? Okay, let's bring in that roof color, which I think it was YR1. I'm hoping it will have just enough color difference. There we go. And we'll do the top. Like that. Yeah. It's not a huge difference in color, but it's not bad. Rose is digging and fixing her bed right now. Now I've grabbed E130. I'm going to do the ridge poles, whatever they're called, the ridges of the roofs with the color that will balance back this way. Pebble says she wants number 3, so this one right here. I like it too. I kind of like the, I don't know if that's like a glassed in arboretum kind of thing right there. I kind of like that. And then let's see, I saw a question. Nancy asked about the background. Okay, so what I did was I used two markers, these two right here, G320 and B220, very pastel tones. I used the chisel nib and I just did tiny little circles and did some scrumbling or whatever you want to call it. And I practiced on this piece of paper first right here to see if I liked the effect, and then I came in here and did it here. Let's make sure you have a blotting page. That's a protective piece of something. This is the blotting page that came with my Ohuhu markers, and it's kind of too small for a really big coloring book, but for this little Small Victories book, it's absolutely perfect. Fits like that. And then I laid a piece of tape right here. I don't know if you can see it. I need to pull it up soon, but I laid a piece of tape along here to protect this page as I was doing the scrumbling with the two markers. Blue is talking about how she likes her Ohuhus, but the Small Victories is printed on both sides, and we talked a little bit about that at the beginning of the video. So I can repeat the way I got around that was I just bought 2 copies of the book. See? 2 copies. So this side over here is totally ruined, obviously. But I can color on this side, so I have the left side of all the pages being colored in this book, and then this book has the right sides being colored over here. And then I use the spare book to elevate and support the page. You know how it can like bend funny and kind of be at a weird angle? Well, if you just slip the spare book or any other spare coloring book you have under the page, it keeps it much flatter. 4 looks like it has an enclosed porch in the back. Maybe so. I'll take any of them. Vicky says my apartment is small. I don't like rocking on my other pages yet. Hey, yeah, hi Sabrina. You thought about buying 2? Betty Ann? Is it Bet Ann or Betty Ann? I can't tell from... It's written, your names are written in black on my screen here. I mean, it has black behind it and then red lettering, and it's hard to read your names for me. Kat says that's a pretty good system. Yeah, I've been pretty pleased with how it's going, and I'm really enjoying using my Ohuhus in this book. Just darkening up that ridge pole. It needs to be a little darker, and we have a little trim here. We want to match. Ooh, I missed some greenery. Let's grab my... This is supposed to be green like that. Okay. Now, I think we need to have at least one area that is orange, this bright red orange color. This is cadmium orange, and I need to just be brave and pick a spot, and then we can do the rest in orange. What if we did the frames of the window? Ooh, careful, Jennifer. Do the frame of the door. Oh, I see another spot that needed a dark color. Laura's here from Scotland. Hello. Let's see. Butterfly says, do you have a coloring book just for testing out different coloring items? Yes, we have so many swatch books for you that you can get printed. Let me show you one. This one here is printed on our watercolor paper, and I haven't started it yet, but I've filled up my other watercolor paper swatch book, so I had Steve print me this so that I will be ready. But let me show you one that has some swatches in it. This book here. And I don't know if we still do the sketchbook. We used to print sketchbooks too, out of the good paper, and that would be a good place to test too. But you can see in this book how many swatches and how much testing we've done over the years, all on black paper. So pretty. But this book is getting full too, so I had Steve print me another one. And for this particular project, I'm working in my Ohuhu book for my markers. So this book is formatted and designed for the Ohuhu Honolulu markers. It'll actually work for the Oahu markers too, because I think they have the same color system. But this book has all my swatches of all my alcohol markers in here. See? And then it has some color wheels to help you have some manipulatives to choose your color schemes. And then it has a page for every color on the color wheel. And so like this page is the red-orange page, and every color scheme shown here has red-orange in it. So that's how you use this book. You go, like, I knew I wanted to use red-orange, so I came to the red-orange page. And then I picked a color scheme. This is the one we're working off of right here. A double split complementary color scheme. So the background has those violets and the greens. And then I used blue greens on the leaves. And then I'm using the three warm colors, red, orange, yellow, orange, and now orange on the houses. That's the plan. Let's see, we've got Anne from Denmark. Betty Ann, she says, that's how you say her name. I get around the bleed through by having a light pad and tracing the pictures onto another piece of paper. That's a great suggestion. We've got Winnie from the UK. Hello. Do you prepare to work with markers rather than pencils? I only have white, silver, and gold. My all-time favorite art tool is the color pencils. I love my Prismacolors. I love my Holbeins. I've got a huge collection of color pencils. Love my color pencils. But sometimes I just want something that's faster. Like, you know, I need to color this in. And it's just a lot faster to grab an alcohol marker and color in different areas. So I don't know, I'm torn. Lately I've just really been enjoying using alcohol markers. Now these are alcohol markers specifically. I am not a fan of water-based markers unless you're working on watercolor paper. Because they streak too much and they cause your paper to sort of warp and pill up, where an alcohol marker won't do that. Should we just do straight down with that color? Kind of think so. I think that will look balanced and nice. Make the house look taller. You can't color with color pencils that fast. At least I can't. We've got Debbie from Port Orchard, Washington. Oh, we've got lots of comments coming in. Butterfly says, I mean, do you have a specific one for coloring pages like you're doing that you save for coloring with things? Oh, like instead of swatching in a swatch book, sort of swatch on a coloring page? Is that what you mean, Butterflies? Betty Ann agrees that these are a lot faster. And the white gel pens work on it really easily, yep. And then Victoria's talking about pre-treating her paper, and that's a really great idea. We've got Blue from Northern Alberta, Canada. I was born in Calgary. We've got a fellow Alberta Canadian here. I was clearing snow with my tractor yesterday. Okay, all right, back to coloring. I got caught up. I like that orange color. Let's get these orange colors written down. I said at the beginning of the video that I recommend getting a little, like a sketchbook like this. This is a really inexpensive sketchbook, and keeping track of your colors, because I'll probably want to use the same color scheme from this page over here on this page, and if I have it all written down, I won't have to try to remember which orange I used and which colors I used for the backgrounds and all that stuff. It's all written right here. Now I also have a light orange that we need to get written down. Where'd it go? Is this it here? Nope. I got a lot of markers going. Oh, I know which one it is. It's actually this one. Is the other orangey marker we have to work with. Okay, let's see if butterflies responded. Diane's talking about how you have to use very light pressure with the brush nibs to get into the little details. That's for sure. And the ink sort of feathers or spreads on the paper. If I bring it up even closer, maybe you can see, like in that windowsill right there, how it's sort of feathered out to the right. Some of the leaves have feathered out a little bit. It's just part of the ink and the way it interacts with the Joanna Basford book paper. So you just have to accept it and not be too fiddly here, and just do your best. Okay, I want to use that really light yellow orange Y110 on this house too. Let's go back here with this color. And here. And here. I love how fast this is. And we'll do here too. And we've got this little area over here that maybe we should use some colors from here. We could use Y2. Let's use Y2 along the bottom. This is turning out to be our house with all the colors mixed in. Do that right there. We'll do the top of the house, although we might make that be something sparkly. Nancy, did you hear me mention how I made that background earlier? I think I told everybody again how I did it, but I did it with just 2 colors of alcohol markers. I used G320 and B220, and they're very pastel-y colors. And I did just sort of a scrumbling technique with the chisel nib, just lots of little circles to make the background. And I highly recommend you do like I did and practice on a spare piece of cardstock before you do it, so you can kind of get the feel and the way that the inks mix with each other, and then you can bring it in and do the background that way. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I'm tempted to do more with it, but I think I'd rather just leave it be. Okay, Y121 is that really light yellow color that we're using in the windows. So I can be pretty loose and quick with this because it won't affect the other yellowy type colors that are around the windows. Okay, We've got a little ridge pole thing going on over here. We need to color. It's not a ridge pole, it's like a frame pole. And I didn't color that ridge pole very good. There, that's better. Let's use that color for the brown trees. And then let's use that color for the pots. This is a very colorful house. And the front door, let's use maybe that color. Whoops, not the broad nib. We want to use the tiny little nib. Okay, we've got all the colors basically laid out. I don't like how the house color and the window color is too similar here in value. I need to do something different there and there, but I think we'll do that with the color pencils. I think that will be the better way to go. Okay, we have one house left. So we've done yellow-orange house, a red-orange house, a potpourri house. This one's got a little bit of everything in it. So orange is our third warm color. We have 3 warm colors we're working with. So I really like that house. I think we'll kind of go in, and I want lots of red-orange. So let's do some more red-orange over here. That would be these ones, I think. Yeah, these colors here. Let's do the whole front face here in the red-orange color. That's the other thing I'm doing with this book, is kind of practicing different color schemes, giving myself different color challenges, like the red trucks I showed you, how I did just red and blue-green, just a 2-color color scheme. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's any other tips or tricks. Oh, I was going to ask you guys if you know how to break in a coloring book. You know, to kind of stretch the spine so you can get in really tight like I've done here. Have you guys learned that before? Because I was thinking about filming a really quick, short video for YouTube here. To share with you how you break in a spine on a book like this so it won't break or fold back weird. I was thinking about that last night as I was falling asleep, that I don't think I've ever taught how to break in a coloring book before. Okay, let's see. There's a lot of comments. I'm wondering if the pastel sets are already in this 320 set or are they extras now? I think it's both. Let me show you. Let me grab their literature here real quick. It's right over here. It's kind of hard to tell, and we were going to sit down and try to find the... When you buy the 320 set, you're not getting all the colors. There's 43 colors that aren't included. And we thought about sitting down and making a list of those 43 colors, but I don't think we can get them in the US, so I decided it wasn't worth it. So from here over, this is all the 320 colors that come in the big Honolulu set that we're giving away. So make sure you enter for a chance to win. And you can see all the pastels, and in fact, there's just pastels worked in everywhere. And then right here you can see the 48 pastel set. This is the set that we're giving away with Ohuhu. Ohuhu donated 3 of these pastel sets for us to give away to 3 of you lucky winners. And if you look like R296 and then come over here and try to find R296, it's probably here. Well, they have R295. So I think there are a few in this set and a few from the grays way back over here that are not included in the 320. So and I don't know what to tell you. That's a question for Ohuhu, how to get our hands on those extra colors. Let's see. Would love to know how to break in a coloring book. Okay. I would like to know how to break in a color. Never broke in a book. I just suffer. Okay, I'll do a short video then on that in the near future so that you can see how I can get this book all the way open. And that can be really hard in a book like this one. Luckily with this book, I don't think she did any illustrations that cross the center binding. Everything is separate. So I've really liked that. Some of her books, she has illustrations that cross the binding, and I've always wondered how you guys color those little illustrations in the center area. I don't know. I just don't know. Okay. Get these shutters. There's no front door on this house. Maybe it's behind the bushes. If you picked this house as the house you want to live in, you're going to have a hard time getting in. Nicole from the Netherlands is here. What is the type of notebook you use to record your colors? This one is a really inexpensive Arteza. It's the mixed media 60 sheets. I just buy a cheap. Canson makes really good cheap mixed media type books like this, and I was going to do Inktober in here, and I got a couple done, but then I kind of lost my oomph with that project. So what I did was I took the book and I flipped it and started at the back with Small Victories. So these are all the different colors I've used on all the pages so far in Small Victories. So now we're on page 11 with the 4 houses. Okay, Kat wants to know how to break in a book. Good. Yes, I can't get it to lay flat. Okay, that's awesome. For center crossers, I flatten it open with the back of a spoon. Ooh, good idea. Worlds of Wonder, I'm just super careful. It's hard. I'm new to the coloring world. It is really hard. Her books are beautiful, but the details are so small. I have to color something big from time to time to give myself a rest from how tiny these details are. She's an amazing illustrator. I have some 11 by 17 really big paper that I like to do my mandalas on, and then I color them up and just really enjoy being in something with really big details instead of the tiny ones. Okay, we got the red orange represented. Let's bring in, I really like those colors, that honey color. I think that's YR1 is the dark. Let's do YR1 on here, on these roofs. So I'm being really intentional about where the colors are going. Red orange is my mother color or dominant color. So I'm using that in as many places as possible. And then I've got two other warm colors, orange and yellow orange, that I'm mixing in to kind of give some variety. Oh, this is really bugging me back here, how this is the same color. Let's just fix it. This is one thing I like about, if you're not sure about what color to color something, use a really light tint of the color, because you can go right over it with another coat of something that's a darker value. Look how much better that is. Oh, I feel so much better. So that's something to think of. Are those fine tip markers from Ohuhu? Yes, these are the, this is actually a brush nib, and these are the Ohuhu Honolulu series of markers. They have, I think, 6 different series of markers, and this one has a chisel nib on one end and a brush nib on the other, like I showed you. They're really comfortable in the hand. And then I've added some numbers, but I'll teach you why I did that. And we've got a Wednesday video where I'll show you all of that. And DJB, these are the alcohol-based markers. I am a real fan of alcohol-based markers. The only time I use water-based markers is when I'm on watercolor paper, because they're just a bit of a pain in my opinion. All right, let's use Y2 next with the parts of the house that we're doing that kind of yellow orangey color. Oh, we have to go in between the leaves here. Just touch the color in. These markers are working so good for this, but they do bleed through. If you ask that question, the alcohol markers definitely bleed through and ruin the other side. So you want to do either photocopy the side that's going to get ruined so that you can color it on a separate paper, or do like I did and have 2 copies of the book so that you can color both sides without having a problem. Look, it's like 2 different neighborhoods. Okay, and then I'm using the second copy of the book to elevate the book to keep it as flat as possible right here, because we're working in the front. Best paper for alcohol markers. Is Steve still watching? Will you give her a link to, or Dazzling Action needs a link to our favorite alcohol-based marker paper. Yeah, Yvonne, it does bleed through like I showed you. It totally ruins the backside, so you'll need a plan for that. Okay. Now let's do orange right here. This is going to be a very... I'm wondering if I should have done some orange up here. What do you think? Should I add some orange into that house? Give it some more cohesive feeling, like it's in the same neighborhood. Touch this orange color in here. Oh, I guess I grabbed the same orange as that part of the house. Oh well, that wasn't my plan, but we did it anyway. Okay. Let's bring that same dark color for the trim. Just might as well match that. Okay, Steve shared a link to the alcohol paper. Thank you, Steve. I didn't know if you were still watching or not. We've almost been going for an hour now. Yes, add orange. Okay, I think so too. YR190 is the red orange. We have this orange too we could add. Maybe in that part of the house we should do the YR170, this one. But it'll make it pop better, and because I use such a light pastel color, I can go right over it. Change my mind, easy peasy. Oh, we could do YR170 up on the chimneys too. There, now it feels less plain. It was kind of feeling a little left out. I think I want to make those shutters a little warmer in color too. There. I like that. Okay, one part of the house left. If I owned this house, what color would I pick for right here? We could go really light yellow, but we can't because the light yellow goes in the windows. In fact, let's go ahead and put the light yellow in. This is the yellow we've been using in the windows. Just whip that in there really fast. Okay. And now I have to make a choice. I like that down there a lot. What's the dark YR1? Keep looking at my little swatch chart here so that I can see what colors I've used already and remember which ones go with what. Let's see what this roof would look like in YR1. There. We got Mrs. French from Central Texas. Which brand coloring books take the alcohol markers better? Anne is asking. Well, I have to recommend the Coloring Bliss books. We print our books like this. This one's printed on a marker paper, but you can, there's over 900 different illustrations on our website. We spiral bind at the top so that it doesn't matter whether you're right or left-handed, and we only print single-sided so that the back side can have bleed through and you don't have to worry about that. So I recommend the books we print at coloringbliss.com. That's my recommendation, my humble recommendation. Okay, I haven't found one that all bleed through, I think. Well, this is really good alcohol marker paper, but it still will bleed through. It's just sort of the nature of working with a liquid ink. So you just have to plan on it and be ready for it. Okay, we need something here. How about Y110 first? Let's see if I like it. This is a very light orange color, so we can go over it if I change my mind. We could do the chimney in the same color. And I missed a spot when I was doing that roof. I missed a spot right here. We could put that on this roof here. Cute. And then carefully with the most feather pressure, fill in that little detail. Ooh, shaky hands. Okay, and then we have this little detail, and then I think we've made all the color choices. Kat says she's not kidding, their books are great. Oh, you're so nice. Thank you, Cats. Mrs. French says my swatch book is Coloring Bliss with paper for alcohol markers, and it's wonderful. Oh, that's so good to hear. Arteza has also good alcohol marker paper. Okay, good recommendation. Thank you, Nicole. A protective sheet behind. That's right. That's what I've got right here is the blotting sheet that came with the Ohuhu markers. And it's protecting the bleed through from this paper from hitting on this illustration that I've already colored. So just keeping it right there. And then I've got a piece of tape right here to protect this side of the book. Okay, we have these little spherical shapes on these two houses, and I've decided that they are stones. So I need some gray to use, and I think I want to use a cool gray to go along with the cool color of the leaves. So I'm going to flip to the gray section here in my book and look for, oh, that neutral gray might be good. Those two neutral grays are nice and cool, or we could actually go for a cool gray. My eyes keep coming back here to this neutral gray. So let's grab those two. Number 304 and 305. That's these two markers right here. Let's put them in the swatch book. I'm going to put them over here with my background colors. And write down their numbers, CG050 and CG070. Okay. Sabrina wants to know how little Rose is doing. She is so good. She broke her back over a year ago. It'll be 2 years in May that she broke her back, and she is runs around. She won't climb upstairs anymore, so we have to carry her up to our bedroom and back down. She's too scared of those stairs. And when she runs, she sort of sideways drifts as she runs because her back legs aren't as strong as her front legs. She was paralyzed. Her back legs were all paralyzed. So she's had a lot of healing to do, but she's happy, playful. She doesn't notice that she runs sideways. She doesn't care. I love that about animals. They just adapt and they don't care. Okay, I'm just using two colors of gray, sort of a mid-tone and then a darker gray to do the little stones. They kind of looked like flowers before I started adding the green leaves. And then these little shapes looked more like little rocks, some sort of hardscaping. Okay, I like how that turned out. Let's add a little bit of color pencil in here. Grab my Prismacolors. Okay, this is my current case that I'm keeping all my Prismacolors in. So I'm going to grab sort of a dark, warm color. This one here is standing out to me as a possibility. This one right here. Let's try that one. And I want to remember where it belongs, so I'm going to push these pencils up like that to give me a flag of where it should go. Okay, let's see if I can just add a little shadow. Next to the different parts of the houses that are sort of in front. Like that. Let me zoom back down. Let's see. I don't want to spend too much time with this because part of why I use the alcohol markers is so it will go faster. And I want to be able to finish something in about an hour. we've been coloring for about an hour now. A little under here. Just a little details here and there to give it some shading. That looks pretty good. Maybe right here, a little shading. Yeah, this color's working good. This is light umber number 941. Let's do some shading over here now. Just light pressure. And then we need to add some white gel pen highlights because that's so much fun. Like that. Like that. A little bit right here. I'm just looking for everywhere that something is in front, like this part of the house is in front and this is behind, so I'm using the pencil to just sort of help the eye look at it like it's from behind. So same thing here. This little rooftop would hang over this tower. Same here, little rooftop. Little rooftop. I didn't do it here. Catch that little detail. If I'm working on a darker color, I'm using more of a medium pressure, but if I'm on a light color, I'm using a really light pressure to create the drop shadow. Drop shadow? Is that what that would be called? I don't know. Okay. Quick little details to add some dimension. Oh, Rose is really dreaming. The wind is just kicking up out there, bringing that storm in. Okay, oh, I didn't color that little part right there. Let's see. Let's bring in that Y2. Why not? Pebbles is going to bed. Very good. We've got Queen here. Says this is her first time live, which isn't surprising because I haven't been live in like a year. So welcome. I'm glad you made it in. Love your videos. They really help me to make some decisions on what art supplies to buy. Oh, good. Find pencils very difficult. They hurt my hands. Yeah. That's one reason why I'm kind of giving my hands a break from Prismacolor. We worked really hard on the Prismacolor workbook. We have a workbook to teach you how to get the most out of your Prismacolors. And by the time I was done with that book, my hand was needing a break, and so I've been really looking forward to just enjoying and spending time with my Ohuhus, my alcohol markers. Okay, cute. That made for a very simple and easy detail. Just using one color pencil that is in the same family as all those warm colors. Worked perfect. This is PC941. Okay. One more thing, and that's the white highlight. I'm going to grab the winner of our white gel pen battle that we did recently. That's this boy. This is the Pentel Hybrid Gel Grip DX White 1.0 millimeter medium pen. It's such a pretty pen. I really like these pens. And now we need to decide where we want the highlights. Turn the book so that I get the right angle. Let's imagine the sun coming in this way. So we'd have a bit of a highlight on that wall and that wall and on that roof. If the sun's coming in, it would be on these windows and on that roof. We'd catch a little light on the chimneys. And we probably catch a little light way out here and right there. I don't know why I started with that house. Okay, now I have to let that dry. I can't put my hand on it. So let's come down to this house now. Same thing, we want it to feel like they're all in the same world. So our highlights are going to be hitting on the left sides to keep a coherent feel. If you need help with finding highlights and shadows, we have I think it's called the Fast Track to Lighting. It's one of so many different coloring workshops we have if you become a Coloring Academy member at our website. It's just a small monthly fee of just 15 bucks a month that you can cancel anytime you want. But when you pay your $15, you get full access. You don't have to just have access to one lesson. You get access to all the lessons. And it is so much fun. There's so many different lessons to learn. And one of them is lighting. Put a little light on this tree. Okay, that's looking good. Go up this side. A little bit of highlight out here, but mainly right in here. Like that. Okay, that feels dry now, so I can put my hand on here and just add a few highlights here and there on the left side of things. Okay, we're coming into the home stretch. Do you guys have any other questions for me before we sign off here? That's looking pretty good. I wonder if I should put some highlights on the stones. That's kind of fun. Let's do them on these stones too. Anne says that she didn't know we had lighting lessons. Yes, we do. There's even a tool that comes with it to help. It's a tool that you lay over the image that helps you imagine where the highlights and shadows go. It's a really cool tool. Okay, I could sit here and keep fussing all day long, but I think this is good. All right, I'm going to sign it now, and I'm going to sign it with, let's just do a standard black gel pen. And, oh, actually, I haven't been signing these. Okay, we're not going to sign it because we're keeping it in the book, so we can remove the tape. Michaela wants to know how I did the background. Everybody keeps asking that. It's so easy. I'll tell you how I did it here in just a second after I get this tape peeled up. I wanted to tell you about this tape too. And before we sign off, I need to remind everyone that we're having a huge giveaway. We're picking 4 winners. 3 of you will win the pastel set of alcohol markers by Ohuhu, the Honolulu pastel set. And one of you will win the grand prize, which is 320 marker set that you can have all the colors, plus we'll include this book right here that you can fill out like I did, so you can pick color schemes and get your markers in order. It's so great. Let me write down on here that I did a white gel pen, Pentel white gel pen. Okay, and that is that page. And now I've got it all written down so that if I want to take this same color scheme and repeat it over here to make it more of a cohesive 2-page spread, I can. Or I can do whatever I want over here. I'll see how I feel when the time comes. The background was done with 2 very light colored markers, these 2 right here, B220 and G320. And I used the chisel nib, and I just did like scrumbling technique, I think is what it's called. And I practiced it on this page first. So I had both caps off with the chisel nib handy. And all I did was little circles like this and leaving little white streaks in between my strokes, and then coming back with the blue. And when it overlaps, you get a third color. And just try to keep your little scrumble marks very organic so that it feels very natural. And it turned out really nice. I kind of feel like it looks like trees peeking out through blue sky peeking out through the trees is kind of what it reminds me of. Okay, let me show you a close-up of how this page turned out. Again, this is in Small Victories by Joanna Basford, and I did a double split complementary color scheme. Warm colors on the houses, cool colors on everything else, so that everything will sort of recede. And I protected my paper with a blotting page, but it does ruin this page, so I own 2 copies of Small Victories so that I could still color that fish coloring page. I'll show you how the fish turned out. That's how the fish turned out. And I'll give you a tour of this book as I get going and get more of it completed. There's a lot of really fun things that I feel really proud of that are coming from me coloring in these 2 little books. So that is my live stream for today. Let's see. Heather says I have the full Copic set. That's awesome. Those are really nice markers. I use my granddaughter Copics. Oh, that's awesome, said Betty Ann. Once you use Ohuhu, you won't like the Copics, Vicky says. That's interesting. I need to go back. I've got some Copics up there. I need to go back and reuse them and see how I feel, if I feel any differently about them. So anyway, thanks everybody for joining me on this live stream. I'll probably start doing a few more live streams like this because I really like just hanging out and answering your questions, and I love working in this book because I was able to finish an entire page in one sitting. That's really cool, and that was kind of Joanna Basford's idea behind this book, was just small little moments that you can sit down and color and complete something in one sitting. So I just proved that it's working. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. I hope you have a really great weekend, and I hope you have a wonderful, colorful, blissful day.